Welcome to the One Hero podcast, where we answer Malaysians' burning questions about personal finance with fact-based answers.
So, hi everyone, and welcome back to a new episode for the One Hero podcast. Now, what we try to do, myself, and Louis, is we try to bring personal finance and we answer them with fact-based answers. This particular episode, we managed to get a very lovely volunteer, and she's going to join us on a journey on looking at the finances, looking at ways to either optimize it, better it, and also, what we want to and hope to give you guys, the listeners and the audience, is actually a journey that is kind of like attainable. If you start speaking to a millionaire or a multi-millionaire, it just seems too big of a gap that you want to emulate or you want to adopt. But by actually, showcasing somewhat of an intermediate, a beginner and intermediate, and going through that journey, we hope that you guys can get inspiration and actually take that path as well. What do you think, Louis?
Yes, indeed. I think, I was the one who brought this topic up to John, actually, like, okay, why don't we do it in real life, just talking to actual Malaysians who, are thinking about, okay, how can I better manage my finances? And he was like, oh, actually, I thought of it too. I'm like, okay, actually, we're quite aligned in that sense. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's quite surprising. So the whole idea is, okay, hopefully after listening to a real person talk about their journey, you can also find yourself in it and find ways to improve your finances too.
Yeah. So we'd like to welcome Shalene on the show. Thank you so much for coming and volunteering, Shalene.
Welcome.
Yeah. So maybe can you give us a short introduction to the audience about yourself, probably your name, your age. Okay, ladies, I know very sensitive. So circa age, right? yeah. What do you do? Around somewhere here,
Around
16.
25 to 30.
Yeah. Okay, and roughly your income band. So name, your age, what do you do now for a living, and somewhere of your income band.
Okay. Hi guys, I'm Shalene. I work as an account executive in a development company. My income is around 4K and my age is like mid-20s.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so is your current income the only source of income? Do you have any other side hustles or side gigs?
Yes. I would say major is my account executive salary is my main income.
Okay.
I got a side hustle with my cousin that we do like accessory keychain and then we sold online.
Nice.
But because of our busy schedule, we don't have the time to like focus on it.
I see. Probably if you were to allocate, right, in terms of time, how many hours do you spend in your work week? So like a regular work week will be about 40 hours. So from 8 or 9 to 5 will be a 40-hour if you adhere to that. But if you're like working from like 9 to 6 or 7, you're roughly going to spend about 50 hours a week. Yeah. Is that the kind of work nature or time that you have right now?
I would say I spend more than that.
You spend definitely more than that. Is it a common thing among your friends to spend more than 50 hours a week at work?
Only me, I guess, because for me to travel to Penang Island, it takes about 1 hour without jam.
I see.
So I have to go before the peak hours and I come back usually after the peak hours. I don't waste my time during the jam.
I see. So your wish for Christmas is a helicopter, I guess.
Yeah, I wish for that, but I don't think my office has a landing pad.
Okay. What made you wanted to start that side hustle of that keychain thing? Was it a passionate thing, a passionate project about it, or was it that you felt that it was very economical in terms of margins for this side hustle? A low cost to start. What was the thought process when you wanted to start this side hustle actually?
Generally, I like business. Like maybe in the future, I can start my own business. But the idea came from my cousin. She saw like there's a market for like those knickknacks, like we can sell it for cheap, but we can gain more customer. So
I
in
see.
the end, we can aim from the numbers of people buying our products. Then our cost is also pretty cheap.
I see.
Hmm.
I see. So far, what has been your stumbling block on this side hustle? Is it more of like time, or is it like sourcing for materials? Is it like accounting? What hurdles have you faced?
So far would be time.
Mhm.
Another is the market.
Mhm.
I'm not fluent in Mandarin. I can't read Mandarin. So, but our focus market is mostly like those Chinese people.
Chinese speaking.
Yeah. But luckily, my cousin is like Chinese educated, so she handles the customer while I'm more into doing the keychain. I focus more on the keychain. Then our time schedule is very not fixed because she works in a healthcare department.
Oh,
So her time is like not always fixed.
I see.
Sometimes she work until the late hours.
Wow. Okay. Louis, do you have any questions for her?
So okay, it's really good. Just wondering, like, how much are you raking in from this side hustle?
This side hustle in 2 months time we just earn about like 100 or 200 because we don't always do it. Like maybe 1 month we can sell about 10 because we don't really focus on it because of our tight schedule.
I see.
But we
So it's
already earn back around 200 ringgit lah.
so earn back is like that's profit or revenues?
It's profit.
Profit. Okay. So that's a 1 to 200 over 2 months, right? So average 100 a month, like that.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so that's just for me to understand like where you stand financially, like is this all your income sources? Are there others?
Oh, no more. There's
No more.
only my main will be my work.
So about 4K from your work plus, and then there's another
The side
100.
hustle is just a hobby like that.
So is that something that you plan to keep going every month or whenever
I
you have?
wish to continue with the side hustle, but I cannot deal with the customers because they prefer to type in Mandarin, so it's a bit hard for me. Those that came like they ask for English, that I can reply them.
I see.
But those the Mandarin, I need to wait for my cousin to reply them already.
There's Google Translate nowadays. I'm
But
just
it's
kidding.
not accurate, you know.
Oh yeah, I know.
Not accurate.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
where are you selling these keychains, by the way?
Oh, it's because of my cousin's idea that I think it's a good investment. I mean, just to try out, just to like support her, things like that.
Oh,
Like
sorry,
try
Celine,
do something different.
I meant where? Sorry.
Is it
Where?
on Shopee, Lazada?
Yeah.
Do you have a
Oh, we
website?
mostly deal with through Instagram.
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 Okay, got it.
Okay. Right. So, do you currently have sufficient savings for your emergency fund? So when we say emergency fund, meaning probably 3 to 6 months of your expenses.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Will it be coming to a year? That means like touch wood, if you decide to like try another job and apply and wait, will your savings be sufficient to last you for a year expenses?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Have you always been a saver when you were young?
Yes, I always save, but to my parents, they think I spend a lot lah.
Okay.
But I think I save a lot more than I spend.
Okay. Is this something common among your peers, or do you find that most of your peers don't actually even have that kind of savings that you have?
I have mixed, I would say. It's not like I don't have none. I got friends that don't have savings because they don't really have a high income. Then I got friends that are into equity markets. And then I also got friends who only into savings. Then there's hybrid in between those two.
I see. What do you think that those friends that are into equity, what makes them slightly different from your friends that are into savings, from your opinion, actually?
I mean, there's a good and bad for equity lah. But for my own personality, I'm more of a risk adverse kind of person that I don't really like to take risks.
I
But
see.
I perceive those that go into equity market, I feel like they are very smart lah. I mean, they know how to read the market, then they know where to invest in.
Mhm.
Like they can take care of their financial more better than those who go into savings.
Are these guys willing to share what they've learned and the mistakes they've made to your friends? Is it a what do you call it? Is it a common topic to be talked about, or you guys, when you guys hang out, you guys don't talk about it at all?
I
Don't
mean,
talk about
it
finance.
depends on which group of friends I meet. Some they like to share this kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Then like my friend Kenny, when we both go out together, like for drinks or anything, we talk about like our finances, and then he will want to know more about my opinion about why I only keep into like those safe market like fixed deposit.
I see.
Then he also tell him his point of view, why he go into the investment, why he took like debts to cater the investment, to buy all his like asset, the cars and everything.
Mm.
So we do have like this type of good friend. Then the other good friend will be like gossiping aunties.
You need some of those sometimes also, right?
Yeah.
It's
You
not
know, you
serious all the
sometimes
time. You're not gonna brain fry yourself, right?
yeah. That's why I don't meet Kenny most of the time.
Oh, by the way, Louis, Kenny is the guy who volunteered.
one
Who's coming, yeah, the next one.
Okay. So we should censor that from Kenny.
Yeah, no, it's
No
gonna be
wonder
public
Kenny
now.
doesn't like keep being busy. Every time I text her, she's busy.
Yeah. So, yeah, Louis, any questions for her from your
So
side?
I mean from what you talked about, so far you only have fixed deposits, is it, as an like an investment vehicle, no other kinds of investments? It's because you feel that investing is risky?
Yeah, investing is risky, one thing. Another thing, you need to do a lot of research, which I don't really have the time for that for my working hours and maybe sometimes my side hustle.
Mm.
But do you think you should invest though? Do you think
Yeah,
you
I
should?
feel like I should. It's like to
Mm.
increase my portfolio in my finance.
Diversify a bit, right? Not only
Yes,
have like
yes.
fixed
Don't
deposits.
depend fully on fixed deposit because sometimes their interest is like very, very low.
What kind of
And
interest are you getting on your fixed deposit now? Just curious, huh?
I got like 3 years ago interest rate like it's two point something.
Oh,
I just put in like just a small amount because I feel like, oh, this is my first FD. Like I want to keep it inside and see how big it will grow in the future. I know it's sometimes a waste of your like opportunity to get a higher interest in return, but it's like a medal, like your achievement that you're putting in fixed deposit.
understood.
Then another part of my savings is into like last year's end of last year's the rate is quite high, it's like 3.8. Then most of my savings is into another fixed deposit is around 4.5 for 11 months.
Just curious, I think you were saying savings are in your fixed deposit. So when you talked about like having like emergency funds, FD and savings, like are they the same thing or different? Are they in
Oh, it's
different accounts?
different. I still got a current account
Okay,
enough to cover my like maybe 6 months of expenses.
6 months. Okay. So these are completely separate. So you have FD and then you have savings separate, all separate.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Yeah, okay.
So, so we've gotten the income clarified. We've gotten your savings and emergency fund clarified. Next pillar that we want to look at is actually your insurance. So, okay, you giggle. So, what are your thoughts or perception about insurance?
I mean, I do have car insurance. That's one thing.
You can't drive the car if you don't have insurance.
Yeah,
Anyway.
at least
Mandatory.
I can say I got insurance instead I have none.
Correct.
I got car insurance, but I don't have a personal insurance. I previously when I was studying, all my medicals are paid under my parents' company.
I see.
So we don't need insurance for that. Then after I come out to work, I'm not under the company anymore. So I've been trying to find insurance, but a lot of people like hot selling their insurance. So it's like
Ah,
pushing insurance packages
You
to
feel
me.
like you're scared, right? You feel like there must be
Yeah.
some kind of catch, right? Why are they
Yes,
so
yes, yes.
pushy?
Like, oh, this one is so cheap. What is the catch? What is the hidden prints of the contract or anything like that? So I won't know, ma.
okay, okay. And is that the main reason what's stopping you from buying because of all these pressure tactics? Because you don't know what you don't know, and then would it be fair for me to say that none of those who have approached you so far has sat down and educated you about it?
Yeah.
Okay, so they've mainly sold you something, but they've not educated you, right?
Yeah, they just like, oh, this is so good for you. You should buy this and that,
Okay.
but they don't let
Yeah.
you understand why you need it,
I
like
see.
the importance of it, what they can bring for you, the benefits and everything.
I see.
Mm.
Besides that, is there any other reason that's putting you off from buying insurance? Do you think that is it because like you feel it's money wasted or any other reasons that you are
I
stopping?
do have a little negative thing about insurance. Like
Mhm.
I have a bad experience with travel insurance where but one time I went to Taiwan like before the MCO time. I bought travel insurance. Then
Okay.
the flight they last minute cancel. I mean not cancel. They delay not delay. They postponed our flight earlier, but the day that we reached Taiwan. So we didn't check our email and everything because we reached already, we are having fun and everything. Then the moment when we want to go back, when we want to check in our luggage, they say, this flight cancelled already. All of us like don't know what to do. My cousin is like totally gong he.
Panic already.
She like panic already, she don't know what to do. Then I got my brothers and her little brothers. Then they all like also don't know what's happening. That I'm the only one that step up. Then I asked my friend handles the insurance, so call her and ask for the like tips what we should do and everything.
Uh-huh.
Then we go check the prints and everything. They say it's not covered. It's not covered for you unless it's like the delay is caused by the Taiwan public transport.
I see.
So we like almost like panic already, but I still keep calm for the sake of my family. Then we just go buy another ticket to go back.
Understood.
Just a day before they shut down for MCO.
Oh wow. Oh,
so
okay.
we came back the next day. They announced that they're going to have the MCO already.
I see.
It's very, very traumatizing, actually, Shalene. I can imagine.
It is lah,
And
but
you must be in a foreign land, having that kind of thing. So what that was like what 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Somewhat
So
in
I mean,
Mandarin speaking land.
correct. So I mean, but personally, do you think you need insurance? Just if you think, okay, like what do you think you need insurance at the end of the day?
I feel like I need like for personal insurance. That one I feel like is important. But for
what
travel, maybe we can like 少买家 like that.
Take the risk, right?
Yeah.
For insurance, like personal one. So would you say which part of that insurance do you think you want protection for mainly? Like you buy insurance, hospital bill.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, is this something that you're planning to do, like buy insurance anytime in the foreseeable future? Or is this something you put off because you are thinking about it? Okay, yes, got it. Yeah. Okay, so you do think insurance is important, but so far I think it's the agents probably right putting you off a bit.
All of them should be shot, Louis. No, I'm just kidding.
Give John the name, please.
Yeah.
Expose them all.
No. I think
no, just kidding.
To be fair, I think there's this phrase, and I know I'm going to ruffle a little feathers. It's monkey see, monkey do. Because when these agents were recruited, they were probably did not have the right exposure, did not have the right mentorship to actually understand how insurance. Actually, insurance is a product that is sold, it's never bought. I don't know if you heard of this phrase before. It's sold. No one is going to run out to go and buy insurance unless it's mandatory. And for me, coming from a perspective and experience of a insurance agent before, Shalene, I was an insurance agent before, so I know. And true enough, my mentor taught me that if anyone comes to buy insurance from you, red flag. True enough. It's true enough. And the guys that came and said, "Hey John, I want to buy insurance," right? Then you find out, oh, they've got diabetes, they've got some kind of heart condition, they've got some kind of a health problem. And then they wake up and then they say, okay, you need to buy. So the point I'm trying to make is that even though the insurance agents or the insurance in itself is good, but because of lack of stewardship, lack of guidance, a lot of these insurance are not sold in the right manner. I would say that insurance in itself is innocent. The problem is how is it?
How people present it.
How people present it. And the key is this, is called need-based selling. So they should sell you what you need, not sell you. There's a very big difference. They first need to understand your need before they sell you, rather than they sell you.
I think a lot of them, right, John and Shalene, they're just selling you for that commission in their mind.
Yeah, to reach their target,
Yeah.
Sometimes now I see some companies actually offer incentive trips, so they have that too.
Oh, every year. It's every year. It's not that sometimes only. It's every year.
For you to reach your target.
They have all those incentives that that's good for the company morale, but in terms of whether it's good for the customers may not always be the case.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Yeah. So okay, great. So that was the insurance pillar. Now we did briefly touch about the investment pillar, and you mentioned that you were a little bit more conservative, right, Shalene? Besides, like you mentioned words like you think that those who invest in equities are smarter, whatever. Is that one of the reasons holding you back? Are there any other reasons holding you back? Is that is it because you fear of the risk involved of losing money? And any other reasons what's holding you back actually of investing?
Yes. The way I've been brought up, my parents mostly have like FD. And then I see they are comfortably living.
Putting in FD.
Yeah, mostly in FD. They don't really invest. The only time they invest is because they got the share from their companies.
So
apart from that, they don't really invest in equity markets.
I see. Are they in a multinational, or are they in like a local Malaysian company?
They are local, I guess. Yes, they are local. TMB.
Okay. Do you get free electricity?
Oh no!
I'm just kidding.
We still pay like everybody else.
Also, both your parents are in TNB.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so you've in a way mentioned a very nuanced point, and it's a great thing. You observe your parents as role models and their investing thing. Do you see anyone else? Obviously, Kenny is one of them, a role model. What would encourage you to take that step to actually want to invest? Either, and not necessarily shares, it could be equities, it can be real estate, it can be, let's just say gold or whatever. But what do you think can encourage you to take that step to invest actually?
For me, I've been taught deeply to focus on FD. So to take a step into equity market is like want to but don't dare to do it. So if I want to step into equity market, I need to do a lot of research, make me trust the equity market.
I see.
I don't listen to people like Kenny say, oh, you should he invests in this, that. Then I asked, is it very good? Then he told me the return. Then I say, the return is almost exactly like fixed deposit. Why don't you put in fixed deposit, which is much safer?
Not convincing enough, huh?
So that's why when I say that, he think for a moment. Yeah, why did he put in FD also?
So
now I'm influencing him back.
So Shalene, just very curious, like you've seen this, your parents do that. Have they ever explicitly told you not to touch shares? Has that ever been a conversation like that?
They don't say don't touch share. They just tell me that share is risky. You know what the market will be. Maybe you buy share today or thinking it will increase, but there's a risk there. The next day the market will collapse.
I see.
So they inform me of the risk. They didn't stop me from trying to invest. They just like slightly discouraged, but they asked me to do my own research. Every investment I want to do, they ask me to do my own research to understand it first, then only to put in, like, to invest in it.
I see. By the way, just curious, are you the eldest in the family?
Oh no, I'm the second one.
Oh, you're the second. So you
Yes.
have another elder brother or sister?
I have an elder brother and a younger brother.
Okay, so you're sandwiched in between in a way. lah.
Yes.
Okay,
child.
cool. Yeah, middle child.
Me, I'm also a middle child.
Good commonalities. Yeah. Louis, you have any questions?
No, so far, yeah, I'm just like building your portfolio here. So
Okay.
later we can, break it down.
Yeah. It'll be very, very, very interesting. 'Cause,
Understand. Yeah, very, very interesting. I mean, especially now you talk about like how you actually got to deciding on, how you put your investments at this moment. And it seems primarily from your parents' influence, right? And I think a lot of people are like that as well, according to some reports. Yeah.
correct.
Because they already they grow, they experience a lot of stuff, they take more salt than we do. So like we can see them already achieve. So if we can follow their footsteps, maybe in the future we end up like them.
Understood.
Correct.
Understood. Yeah. The role model plays a
Yeah.
very significant role in deciding. Yeah.
Like they already try and tested the market.
Understood. Great. Now that we are still along, I still feel I want to dig a little bit deeper on the investing portion or whatsoever, right? Do you think that the steps that you just mentioned, you've seen your parents, they eat more salt than you eat more rice? Okay, like for Westerners who are watching this, it's actually a literal Chinese translation. It actually means that the elderly with more experience and more wisdom is because the tenure they've lived, they have consumed more salt in their food comparatively to the more hardship and more rather than the rice that we have eaten, which is like so it's a synonym or idiom, right, in a way, right? Saying that and observing them as a role model, Shalene, do you think that is the gospel truth? That means that is the ultimate truth, or do you think that there are options out there that even your parents may not be familiar with? And are you as a middle 20-year-old open to other options actually?
Definitely there's bunch of options. It's just that how my parents are grow up with, they are more humble in the beginning. So previously when we were younger, they save more, like we eat mostly home cooked food to save up on the food expenses and things like that. The small thing they grow up into like how they are living right now. They are much more comfortable right now compared to last time.
So the habits of all this being thrifty and all that actually rubbed off on you lah. That's what you're trying to say lah. Okay.
a bit.
Cool. I'm going to ask you a very direct question, and
Sure.
let's see, right? Do you want to be a millionaire yourself? And do you feel guilty by being rich?
I do feel a bit guilty if I'm like a millionaire.
Why?
Because I feel like everybody also have to go through hardship. Why do I deserve to become a millionaire?
So is
we are all on the same boat.
Okay. So is wealth something dirty for you in your philosophy? That means
wealth is not dirty in a sense, but for me to able to become a millionaire is like a dream that you cannot obtain.
Oh, okay, interesting. Why is that? Is it because you feel that it's unfair that you are rich and some people are poor? Is that the reasoning?
Part of it, yes. I feel like maybe I should have like savings enough to live comfortably. No need to achieve until so high of a target that you are making yourself feel pressured.
Mm,
Then while other people is like trying to get through the day with their savings and everything lah. Like
I
they
see.
don't have a huge saving. It's just like every month they go through with their monthly saving, monthly salary.
Understood. Wow. I'm seeing Louis thinking real hard. I don't know whether she's about to ask a
Yeah. So
question
yeah,
or
yes, I just
because I
wonder.
always think. Yeah, go ahead, Louis.
Yeah. So I just wonder, Shalene, because I mean, it seems like there is someone in your mind when you think of a millionaire. Maybe you can share with us that
A
person.
millionaire. The person that I imagine to be a millionaire would be Kenny. Because
Okay, so
I feel
maybe
like
not
the
like
two of
a
us
person,
only share about our finances.
like person, but like, okay, what are the things that maybe they would do on a daily basis that would be
Characteristics. Maybe
different
we
from
coming from the
not
question. Yeah.
millionaire? Yeah,
Yeah.
characteristics.
What are the characteristics of a millionaire that conjure up that you say that you kind of like, based on what I'm hearing, you don't deserve it? I feel it's like you feel you don't deserve it. And what are the characteristics that you see as a millionaire that you feel you don't kind of deserve it?
Because I see my friend working very hard. He grew up in a not so rich family. Like
Okay.
it's just enough to go through the day. So now he's working hard to achieve his goal, to become like maybe a millionaire, to live comfortably. Like for me, his goal is to retire early. So him to actually work on that is like I see, wow, this person is like so focused on his goal, so into the investment and everything. But for me, I'm trying to last time I meet him when I see this inspiration, right? I was not working. I was still studying at home.
I see.
Because of my parents' financial standing, I can still study without working.
Understood.
Ha.
Understood.
But for him, he can't really do that.
Understood. He still
All
has to
his
work to earn.
yes. Then somehow he took the study loan just to get a degree.
Understood. Can I throw you a hypothetical scenario and see whether it works out? Okay. What if you do achieve millionaire status? Okay. What would you do with it? And with more specifically, with your friends, what do you call it, hardship in mind, right? Where would you be? Which position would you be better in to give other people better things? Is it where you are today, when you are just surviving, okay, or when you have excess wealth or capacity that you can help people? Which position do you think would you rather be? I mean, you look at your friend. Yes, he's going through so much hardship, taking a loan, whatever. But are you in a financial position to be able to help him, to give him a scholarship, for example?
Of course not.
Yeah.
I'm not in the position to help anybody.
Yeah.
But
So
it feels like
Mm.
I feel like I want to help, but I don't have the capability to help.
Yeah, the means or capability, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm just testing out waters on. I went through the same thing as you. I actually in my thought process when I was 17, if I can earn 10K a month, I'll be like, wow, over the moon, right? Then you realize 10K is nothing.
Once you grow up with all the expenses and everything,
Yes.
like 10K so easily disappears.
Yeah, and then once I've hit my millionaire status, I realized, wow, I've achieved it. But then I realized, crap, I'm still like, I'm not in a position to help
To
other
enjoy
people.
it. Yeah.
Yes, because I have enough. I may have enough, all right, for myself, but is it enough for other people? Maybe just some thought process for you to think through, because you can only give when you yourself are full, ma.
Yeah, true. Maybe your 1 million is not full enough.
Yeah. Obviously, some people can amplify lah. They get so greedy that when they get 1 million, 2 million, and they want a bigger car, the bigger house, whatever. But
yeah.
I mean, I think wealth is not evil, but wealth is an amplifier.
It's an instrument.
It's an amplifier instrument. Why I say amplifier? If you are a bad guy and you have wealth, then it amplifies your bad nature lah. But if you're a nice person and you have wealth, it also amplifies the good that you have in you. So you can't, I mean, this is just nature lah, right? A lot of people think wealth is bad because they see a lot of rich people do nasty things. But I think that wealth is more of an amplifier rather than wealth itself is bad. That's what I think. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, something that, you may want to take away and think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to add to that. I think Shalene, maybe right now, due to the friends that you're surrounded with and the stage of life you're in, ringgit, 1 million ringgit, let's just put it objectively as 1 million ringgit may sound like a lot, right? But in fact, did you know that there's a calculation saying that for any Malaysian today to retire at the age of 65, you need 1 million ringgit? Have you heard of that statistic?
no.
Yeah. So in fact, to retire comfortably right now, due to our how our economy is going right now, actually people need to be a millionaire. So when we think about the millionaire, right, it's no longer like, okay, maybe when 10 years ago it meant a different thing than today. So now I think I used to not encourage people to be a millionaire, like, oh, why should you achieve such a lofty goal? Why don't we have a very standard living? It's good enough, right?
Yeah.
We call it ordinary life. But now, in fact, what we used to call ordinary life will be considered poverty in maybe right now. I think in a lot of places, right, if you earn less than 10,000 and have a family, you're surviving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's about 120k a
Thousand.
month. A year, 1,000 a year. So if
Yeah.
you multiply that over 10 years, right, this person is definitely a millionaire lah. But do you understand? So sometimes, when we think about millionaire, actually what we are actually thinking is 10 million, not 1 million. 1 million is surviving. For most people with a family, right, you need probably 12 to 15k.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
One day maybe you knock on your mom's door and you ask, what's the budget for the family? No, maybe it's a taboo. I don't know. I'm very sure it's more than 5k lah, Louis and
more than
Shalene.
that. I'm
very
think
sure it's
I
more than
myself,
10k lah, a month.
Everyone I know with a family easily spends 12 to 18,000 a month.
Yeah.
Easily. Childcare, one child, if you include the nannies, daycare, milk, everything is about 2k. Newborns, if you have 2 kids, that's 4k. Housing, 2k. Car, 2k. Insurance.
You're scaring her, Louis. Don't.
Yeah.
I just want to also put things into perspective that it is not the high life at all.
Yeah.
Especially in Malaysia, ringgit, right, is quite small. So ringgit,
Yeah.
Malaysia 1 million may not be that what you imagine, and the reality is not the same. Probably to achieve that status of like, okay, quite not bad lah, 10 million lor.
Yeah.
Minimum, yeah.
Yeah. So don't let us scare you. It's okay. But I think what Louis was trying to portray is sometimes because we don't sit down and calculate.
Yeah.
I think that's where that reality, because 1 million, it's maybe passed on from society to say that it's high life. That's the perception. But because of inflation, because we don't sit down and we don't manage that budget actively, that's why that perception and reality, there's a little bit of a disconnect lah. Yeah. I actually came from an angle of, I think, more of the psychological barrier for you, Shalene, because it's like, if you yourself feel that it's for the lack of a better word, you don't deserve to be a millionaire, I think that's where that active step will not happen. Right, regardless of whether it's 5 million, 10 million, but it's more about, do you actually believe in your own self, or do you even feel that you deserve that, that 1 million, right? Okay, so don't feel ashamed. A lot of people, you see, the problem about Chinese families, or maybe Asian families in general, is that don't flaunt your wealth. You should remain simple,
But humble.
And I get it. I mean, I came from a family of teachers, right? My first Nike shoe was when I was in Form 1. But I think as we grow older, the reality of things change. And I think that's where I hope that you can expand that, psychological belief as well, rather than just the numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Next, we move into expenses. So, do you currently stay with your parents?
Yes, I currently stay with my
Okay.
parents.
I guess since you mentioned that your family likes to cook, do you help out in the expenses of the food at home, or do you like eat out most of the time because of your working schedule?
I eat out most of the time because rarely my parents cook. They usually go out and eat because
see.
they are quite old already, so they
see.
don't really have the energy to like prepare all the foods.
I
Then you have
see.
to clean all the heavy pots and everything.
I see.
Yeah.
So in a way, you are almost like individual living, but then you still stay with your family lah. An individual kind of lifestyle because you spend outside. So okay, great. So I'm guessing that takes care of the rent because you're still staying with your parents. What about your transportation? Did you buy a car? Do you take a loan on the car?
The car, I would say I'm quite privileged. My parents got me a car when I was like 18 or 19. I don't really remember. It's like for me a car to drive to school, to even it started me young, when I was in college. I also drive every day.
I see.
Like I stay in mainland, but my college is at island.
I
So
see.
every day I will drive.
Yeah. So you must be an expert driver by now, man.
Not to brag, yes.
Yes.
I mean, my Penang friends always tell me that Penang people always like change 2 lanes into 4. Is that still the case?
No. I mean, in some
No, 6.
areas.
It's now 6. 2 lanes into 6.
No,
kidding.
that's not possible. But I think like I don't want to.
So we bust the myth once and for all.
Penang driver are like they don't want to be slowed down because they are rushing to work. They want to avoid all the traffic and everything. So they don't like those cars like trying to hog the road.
Understood.
So
That's
I
a
would say
different
if you drive in if you drive in Penang, you have to be very smart about it.
Yeah.
Like how you want to cut in, how you want to
I
maneuver
think my
yourself.
smart, right? My smart is I get my Penang friend to drive me.
That's another smart thing.
I hiong ah. I hiong. Yang kong Penang kong. I hiong ah.
Find a Penang driver.
Yeah.
Seriously, it was like the car sometimes so close, like 1 centimeter away. I can see.
Yes, I understand this very well.
But it's good. You develop the independence, Marceline, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I know you may not have a budget breakdown right now, but roughly as an estimation, how much do you think you spend on your car? So your parents bought you a car. So how much do you think you spend on petrol? How much do you think you spend on food? Roughly, what are your biggest expenses per month, in a way, roughly?
Biggest expenses would be my car petrol.
Okay.
How much is
Got-
It's roughly around 500 per month.
Okay, and you are driving every day to work back and forth Penang Causeway, right?
Yes, Penang
Okay.
Highway.
So you're talking about, I would say, 1 hour in traffic each way?
About 1 hour. With
About an
traffic is about like 1.5 hours to 2 hours.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Louis, if you try Friday evening at 5, coming back from Penang to the mainland, I would
You're
say
up
just
for
good
an
luck.
adventure.
Yeah, it's good
Oh
luck.
my God.
Sometimes you wish you can jump and then swim. Sometimes you swim can be faster.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I used to work in Penang, so I know.
Animals.
Yeah. So okay, so you would say 500 for your car. What about food? You roughly food, do you spend like 1,000, 1,000, 2,000 a month?
Not really because I work in a company, they provide lunch. So I don't have to spend much on lunch
Nice.
except for like Tuesday because Tuesday the shop closes.
I see.
So like in my department there's like very small of us, few of us only. So we like sometimes take turns to treat each other.
I
Like
see.
maybe this week is I buy like chicken rice for my whole department.
I see.
Then the following week my other colleague will provide buy deliveries for us.
I see.
Something like that. Lah.
Got it. So, would you say you spend less than 1,000 a month for food?
Oh, yes, about maybe 300, like for
the whole month?
dinner. Yeah, dinner,
the
then the
whole month.
weekends.
That's pretty cheap.
That's very cheap. I mean, what
Because
kind of
100.
breakfast I don't really eat.
okay,
Then lunch is provided by my company.
okay. So
Other-
dinner,
Like, do you drink or anything like that?
Oh, I don't drink, so
Okay.
I save a
That's
lot.
yeah, 300 a month. That means on average you're spending like only 10 ringgit a day on dinner, you know. Is that
That's
correct?
Dinner, usually I also sometimes eat, sometimes don't eat.
Ah,
Like maybe I ask my mom to buy me soup, then I just drink the soup, and then
I
that's the day.
see. I see. Okay. Got it. Okay. So 500 for petrol, 300 for dinner. What other expenses? Maybe
Toll,
sorry, phone
toll.
or toll probably
Uh-huh.
200.
Yeah, probably 200.
Okay. So
One day is about four ringgit, 5 ringgit like that.
okay.
4 to 5.
Okay. And then what else would you spend? Okay,
Parking.
so parking, do the company provide?
No. I park at public parking. That was one day is like 6 ringgit.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
5 days.
So 530, 30 times 4, 120 lah.
Yeah, about that.
Alright, okay. What other things? Okay, clothing. I know. Are you like, do you shop for clothing every month, or do you like, you buy during big occasions like Chinese New Year and then you recycle your clothes? I mean, what kind of a shopper are you?
It's like I feel like I mostly shop like once a year for Chinese New Year.
Okay,
Then I just recycle my clothes all over.
I
Like,
see.
maybe like certain occasion, I feel like, I see, this shirt is quite nice for office. Then I just buy.
I see.
Then I just wear to office.
I see.
Mhm.
Would you say that maybe the Chinese New Year spending, would you reach 1,000, 2,000, or less than that? 1,000
On
ringgit?
clothing,
The whole cloth, yeah, the whole
on
wardrobe.
clothing, I don't think I can reach until 1,000.
Okay, so probably 600, 700?
About that.
Okay,
Maybe lower.
maybe lower. Okay, so let's put 600 divide, probably 50 ringgit a month. Because 600 divided by 12 is roughly 50, average. Okay, so that means did I miss out anything? Any other
What about like personal care, like skincare, all that?
skincare?
Skincare. Previously I like buy a lot already, so basically like stock up
You
before
stock
I
up,
work. But maybe skincare is about like 50 ringgit a month.
50 ringgit.
Yeah.
Okay. Did we talk about your phone bill?
Phone bill is also about 53 ringgit per month.
Okay.
53.
Yes.
DG, is it?
No.
You
You
mobile.
mobile.
Oh, you mobile.
You know,
Yeah, okay.
okay, so
Are you
we
into electronic gadgetry? What's your sinful activity in a way? Do you have like something that you will splurge money on when?
Talk about that. There's another side hustle. Game.
You build games? You sell games?
Oh, no, not that kind. It's like there's a
Okay.
game for us to play, and then we got like the in-game items.
Okay.
We sell the in-game items and we gain the
Ooh,
money.
I
It's like
see.
maybe you take a shirt, then you like do whatever things to it, and then make it like a better one. Then you sold to other people. That's where you earn. Then sometimes the game got like events like gacha, like gamble. Maybe you spend how many cash inside there, and then you roll, and then maybe you get like those special items you can sell for like very high.
Understood. But those are not regular, right? It's sometimes you get, sometimes you don't get, right?
Yeah, it
So
depends on your luck also. It's the RNG.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much do those shirts go for? Never seen this market before.
I was lucky like 1 or 2 times. I play using like maybe about 50 ringgit or 100 ringgit. I managed to get like a special item. I sold for like almost 500 SGD.
SGD.
Wow.
Wow.
SGD.
So that's like 50 to 500, but 1,005.
Yeah.
It's quite a big.
Another time I earn about like 1,000 plus or nearly 1,005 ringgit lah.
Wow.
What do you
Interesting, man.
usually like? What do you usually do with this money? Like once you receive it, what do you do immediately with this money?
First is I treat my family. It's like, I finally gained a bit. Then I like treat my family to a nice meal. Then the
I see.
rest I keep it off.
So you soak away a lot of it is first treat the
Mhm.
family, then soak away into like a FD lah, in a way lah.
Yeah. Yes.
Got it.
So is that actually how you came up with all your emergency funds, etc.? Is that from
No,
the
no. That one is just like some random opportunity. I was like, I gained it. Then I don't feel like I'm going to use it. So I sold it off to the person who needs it.
I see.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a person that sold the item for almost like 10K.
Wow.
One item.
One day you should teach us how to play that game.
Yeah.
This one is very depend on your luck.
Understand. Yeah. I'm going to teach my daughter side income, Louis, rather than me. Let her play. I outsource.
Yeah, they have all this time, right? So I mean, I'm looking at all your expenses here. It's just a little over 1K. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So 4K. Sorry, was that 4K before your EPF, etc.? What's your take home?
Before.
Okay, so you're left with about 3,000 something lah.
Yes, 3,005 like that.
Okay. So she probably can save about 2,500 a month. Wow. I think we have to pollute her mind, bring her to KL, and then she can spend money like water. I'm just kidding.
For a young person, I think it's pretty good. A lot of people
fantastic.
I know, I think they can't even like keep 100 ringgit in their bank account. So you probably, in terms of saving your money, quite a saver. I think that's probably your parents' influence. Right. Yeah. Very, very good. So you can definitely like have all this nest egg built up very quickly. From what it looks like.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, if you draw up, even if you can, we don't even need to draw, right, Louis? Visualize a pie chart. A huge chunk of it, she's saving more than 50% of her income, net take home into savings, right? Now is whether we can help optimize or supercharge that kind of return rather than getting that kind of fixed D. Yeah. No lah. If I supercharge, doesn't mean we're going to Genting and gambling or So it's not that, right? It's how to optimize that one, right?
I think your game gamble will already handle that.
Yeah, exactly. The game gamble. That's right. Yeah. Do you have any debts? I'm guessing based on your saving pattern, I doubt you have any debts. No debts, right? Okay. I forgot to ask a very important question. What are you? Do you have a credit card?
No.
Okay. And what are your thoughts about a credit card?
I believe credit card is very useful, especially during emergency, and they are very good for your credit score.
Okay.
But I didn't have the opportunity to get one yet. I just started work less than a year, almost 1 year.
Oh, so you've not been charmed by a handsome young man in the supermarket trying to say, "Hey, miss, sign up. Got free gift.
Every time that happened, I said, "Oh, student, sorry." It has formed a habit, like ever since my college days. Every time I go to the supermarket or a mall or anything, they will come and ask, "Hey, credit card, you want to sign up?" "Oh, sorry, student." Then I just walk away. Because I got a goal in mind. I have to go to this shop by this time. Then I need to get the stuff.
I see. Okay, good. So you're not against getting a credit card lah. It's just that right now you're just like trying to figure it out lah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. What do you think is your biggest wish for your financial status now? I mean, obviously you're in a good place, as Louis mentioned, a big chunk of whatever take-home pay you have is actually being saved. But what's your wish? What do you want out of your finances? Are you a person who wants to like retire early and do nothing and then just live off a very simple life? Or are you someone that, you feel that you want to give a little bit more to your family, you want them to live even better life? Where are you on that scale?
I want to grow my financials
Okay.
so that maybe, okay, it's a hope lah to retire early, but it's actually a waste if you want to retire early. It's like you can gain the extra income for yourself. So maybe if you have this amount of saving but don't know how many age, then the next time you don't really have to save so much anymore. You can actually spend your monthly income. Like just
财神爷
with the girl and everything, like you can actually utilize your monthly income like for yourself. You don't have to save anymore because you got enough income to live comfortably.
Understood. What would be, let's just say, if you hit a certain milestone in your wealth, let's say you hit your first 100,000 or your second 100,000, what would you want to spend it on?
Bring my family to a good place to eat.
So I'm guessing they, based on what you just described to us, they really love food.
No, it's like because every time my parents, we always eat hawker store. We don't really go to a good restaurant eat. Like,
I see.
Usually we go out eat hawker store. Once in a while we go eat like chu cha like that.
I see.
So like to treat them to something better lah.
Understood.
Like to celebrate the milestone that I get.
Wow. If your father can give you a report card score, I think your father, mother should give you A based on what you just said.
Maybe they give me F.
Yeah.
I also like pushing this culture to my younger brother. Like he earned more than me, even though he's still studying.
Why?
What does he do?
Because he's a professional gamer.
Oh.
He joined competition and then he earned USDs.
I see.
So he earned more. So anytime he get a big bucks of money, I ask him go treat our parents or anything like that. He actually follows that. Like it's a good culture to treat your families, man.
Yes.
You focus on your family rather than you take the money, you go treat your friends and your family get nothing.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, you're I'm proud to have you as a daughter. Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, I love that. I'm also very family oriented person. That's what I do with a lot of my money. And so, and I think at Shalene's age, I was also doing the same thing. Whatever windfall I had, always like.
I think most daughters do like this.
Yeah. The son's useless one. They say it's the daughter that come back take care. You know, the joke right now is last time 你嫁女儿出去嘛 and then 娶你 right? Now it's the other way, you know. Now it's like 你嫁儿子出去. So it literal translation for those who don't understand Mandarin is like last time you used to the daughter-in-law used to follow the son to where the parents stay. Now it's the other way around because of the fidelity of the daughters trying to take care of the parents, whereas the sons don't really care. Sad but true.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Yeah. Okay. Some final thoughts. What do you think that you want to have a breakthrough in your finances? I mean, like we've heard of, you have a very good savings habit. You definitely spend below your means. You're definitely very conservative. But what do you think is a glass ceiling that you need to break through in terms of your finances that you wish to have?
Like I want to go through other markets. I don't want to just stuck in FT only. Like to adventure into other market and see what out there.
Okay.
But to take one step is like the culture of saving is embedded deep into me.
I see.
It's a bit hard for me go to venture to other markets where it's proven already that savings you can live comfortably as well. Understood.
Okay. Louis, do you have any final questions or final thoughts before we conclude?
Yeah, I think it's just I just feel like Shalene is such a disciplined, well-mannered, kind-hearted daughter is my final takeaway. And I think whenever you have
different opinion about it.
all mothers do. But I think once you have the right priorities, that is when when you make these investments, you will always be a little bit more conservative. But yeah, I mean the good news is that there are definitely a lot of options out there. And I think after that, John will be sharing a bit more with you probably. And then hopefully the next time we have you here, you have some new investments that you have made.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe we can even do it live on the show,
Live.
yeah.
Oh, pressure.
I actually, Shalene, maybe I share with you. I've actually trained more than 6,000 students before, and there are times when some of my one-on-one clients, I actually get them to open up the screen, the trading, and actually buy their first stock. They just want me to be there,
Oh.
just to
Yeah.
their kite
Like
opening
ceremony,
ceremony lah.
opening ceremony.
Why don't we do that, Shalene? Do you want to do that? We'll give
You
you
wanna
like
do that?
one.
Maybe.
We'll
I
give you
should
like a
try.
month, like to prepare your heart.
Yeah.
And then
I'm going
next
into the
time-
market already.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, I think that's a great idea, John. Let's do it. Shalene?
Yeah. I mean, it's we go through the definitely not straight away, not knowing anything, never study anything, we go and buy. But I think one part of why I think Louis and I are very aligned in starting this series is because instead of just taking on that knowledge, that's why I asked you about that breakthrough. What does it need to break through? Because in every success, you have to break outside of your comfort zone.
Yes.
Yeah, it's painful. But the degree of pain varies as you know more. Then you feel that the pain is less and less. And I think one way that I felt that could be improved in helping students start is really just like open the screen. Hey, I'm here.
Just do
But you're
it.
clicking the button. Right? You
I
made
would
the
have
research. You
appreciated
did the
that.
work. But you're clicking the button. But I'm there for you.
You see me hesitate my mouse, but
Yeah.
press or not to press. Is this the correct one? Is this the
Yeah.
time to buy it?
Yeah. But what we go through first is this, Shalene. We will go through what are the options you have. Okay. Obviously, we can't buy or sell property on a podcast show because it's a little bit too long-winded. But I think what we can go through first is I hear you loud and clear that you are willing to have that breakthrough. So let Louis and I take you through that journey, and hopefully, once we come to an episode where the only concern I have is that if we're recording this after office hours, the markets are closed. So you don't get to
Yeah.
see live. Yeah. But if we can find a day when the markets are open and you can buy, I do encourage that if you want to start, you don't buy when the market is open. You actually buy at night, and I'll show you how. Because when you buy when the market is open, you will see reds and greens, and that
Yeah,
actually
a lot of
causes
people
anxiety.
fluctuations.
Yes. You actually buy when the markets are closed and when it's quiet, and you can actually buy that. You can actually buy
Oh.
at night. Yeah, but that's a little bit too far ahead. So let's go through step by step.
I think Shalene's very excited, right?
I'm excited and nervous at the same time.
Okay, so great. I think initially we thought that we could be concise, but it was such an interesting conversation. Shalene, maybe you share with us, maybe in a very brief note, what's your takeaway from this session actually?
My takeaway, you encourage me to take my next step into like other markets instead of sticking to like savings bonds and everything, like those safe market. The safe market is like my house, Then you're asking me to step out from the house, maybe into a war zone or into other type of situation that I'm not used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit nerve-wracking, especially with somebody with anxiety. Is like you are very unsure about how the market will turn out.
Understand. Don't worry. We'll build all your armor. Make sure you have a tank and a bazooka before you go out. Okay.
That would be nice.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for your time, Shalene, Louis, for co-hosting this with me. If you guys love content like this, do remember the YouTube algorithm is always watching, and you can really help us by clicking on the subscribe button, giving it a like, sharing with your friends and family, to those like-minded individuals, so that other people like Shalene will benefit from this. All right. So I'll see you guys, all of you, in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.